sounds the same like every other shit. This generation sucks.
Yep.
And mind you, niggas always say we East Coast, East Coast, East Coast, but nigga, we talking about some album from the South right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
One of
You
the
think
best.
these little kids will fucking listen to Ghetto Boys? No, they don't know nothing about no damn Ghetto Boys. They know Little Yachty. His no telling ass.
You know what's
The great
crazy?
Little Yachty. Huh?
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, bro.
I was having an interesting conversation with Kuji and Justin earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about how there's this mission to cancel Kirk Franklin. Then
For what? What you do?
you know how he cursed out his son and all that
Oh
shit.
boy.
But
Didn't
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
Grandma not do the same thing?
But here's the thing. This is the thing that
Mm-hmm.
is kind of interesting. I saw a Facebook post this morning, and one of my friends posted a picture of the baby, him kissing his daughter, talking about it's the way he treats his daughter. And then she said, "What about the way he treats the mother of his children?" And I solely agree
Right.
with it. So why the hell are we guys trying to cancel Kirk Franklin, but y'all like to put the baby's behavior on the side and shit? I really don't understand that. You know? I'm being dead ass. I'm really being dead ass and shit because yeah, Kirk Franklin, his only mistake was putting that shit on social media. If you really think about it, because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We're so quick to crucify Kirk Franklin for God knows what, but the baby's out here having claims of abuse, always cheating on whoever he's with and stuff like that. But then y'all motherfuckers get so drawn in because he kisses his daughter. Get the fuck out my face. I don't understand this generation sometimes. Man. And you know what, bro?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, I was looking at something. My bad.
Oh no, you good, you good. I just can't hear you. That's all. But yeah, man, I'm kind of pissed that they fucked up my beef episode too, man.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Okay, so pretty much I had to pretty much take out all the Biggie songs, almost all the Biggie songs out the video. Then with me taking out all the songs, certain recordings got out of sync, so two recordings playing at the same time. Then I had sound issues; people couldn't hear me, which Loki I might just have no background music from this point forward and shit. To be real with you, because that's too much work. Then what else happened? I had to re-upload the video four motherfucking times and shit. I'm just like, y'all will let other motherfuckers slide, but watch me play like these 10 to 20 seconds of the motherfucking song. Y'all will all be on my ass. I don't understand.
Exactly.
And I give y'all the label credit. I said I don't own the music. Y'all have live streams playing the whole motherfucking song. Y'all don't say shit.
Right.
That shit will be on for years and years and years.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Like that's why I got so fucking pissed. And it took me weeks to work on that goddamn episode. But it's always it's Puffy's fault too because Puffy was the one that was doing the copyright strikes the most one. I didn't have no copyright strikes from the Rule songs. It was only the Bad Boy songs. I'm like, really, nigga? Nigga die. Let me stop.
That's crazy.
Exactly, man. I was so fucking stressed out all day, all afternoon because of that fucking shit, man. I was just like, nigga, this shit was should have been uploaded. I don't even know how. I want to do the future episodes now and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
the music plays a huge fucking part in these episodes. Like y'all don't hear shit from Diverse Mentality because Diverse Mentality, he be practically doing the same motherfucking shit. But nah, niggas don't go after him.
Exactly.
That's why I said fuck YouTube in the title because y'all fucking up my shit. Like, I low key might just upload the beef episode on Vimeo from this point forward.
YouTube bugging out.
They are.
They don't know we run this shit. What's wrong with these niggas? Make the best shit on here. They better show you respect.
Right.
Everybody else posting they whack ass vids and music and you post a couple clips and it's a problem. Like what's wrong with them?
And like I said before, I posted a label. If it's a TV clip, I look up the production company and I post
Mm,
that shit.
mm,
And they talking about it's a copyright. Like you can give me a copyright strike. I don't mind a copyright strike. But at the end of the day, nigga, don't just fucking block my shit repeatedly.
crazy.
And the next episode is Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel and shit too. But yeah, what was that movie you sent me?
That's coming out Friday. It was a movie that it was done. Yo, they had there's so many delays with this movie. For some reason, the movie they didn't want the movie to come out. And Sylvester Stallone was supposed to be a part of it, and he left and went and did the Expendables. And then Johnny Depp took his place with Forrest Whitaker. And it's supposed to be about the Biggie and Pac murders and the whole conspiracy with the LAPD or whatever. And they filmed this. They filmed the movie in 2016, and it's just now coming out now with no promotion. I ain't hear nobody talk about it. Anything.
Again, I love Pac, I love Biggie, but I'm sick and tired of these damn movies. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I'm
Mm,
sick and tired of these unsolved these cops. If it's not anything new, I don't want to see it. But
right.
since you recommended it to me, we can. I'll give it a chance.
I
I'll
did,
give
that's
it a
if it's
chance.
good. I haven't seen it yet, but almost forgot it was they was doing it and it's been done already. And for some they had so many issues coming out with the film that they said that they putting it on streaming on Friday.
Wow. Hold on real quick.
And Johnny Depp is not even promoting this shit. Like he probably don't forgot that he made the film.
Okay, I'm back.
You know what I'm saying? And um, they said Biggie's mother is in the film also. Like she makes a cameo or something.
Of course.
I'm like, what?
Jesus.
Sylvester Stallone didn't even want to do it. So there's something going on in Hollywood. Like Hollywood is it's like a big cover up. Like maybe they know the truth about Biggie and Pac murders and nobody's saying
They do. That's
that because why else was Sylvester Stallone of all people? Why else would he leave this film?
and he never really he rarely
Right.
leaves them.
And
From
even
what
he
I've
left
heard.
the film, and Johnny Depp took over, and with Forrest Whitaker is playing. I think he's playing like the guy that's writing for the L.A. Times and that was covering the two murders. And I guess him and Johnny Depp they found like clues or connection with the LAPD. And Johnny Depp is playing the detective on the case. And for some and even on the movie poster, Biggie silhouette is on the movie poster.
This just sounds like a huge mess. That's all I gotta say. What the hell does Sylvester Stallone? No, no, not Sylvester. Forrest
Johnny Depp.
Whitaker. Yeah, Johnny Depp. What the hell they gotta do with Pocket Big? I
I
like
don't know, man.
I
I
like
haven't seen
Forrest
the trailer or
Whitaker.
nothing.
I like Forrest Whitaker, but if you don't know shit, then sit your ass down.
He ain't even promoting. He filming Godfather Harlem.
Which I need to watch that shit. I've heard good things about it.
Season two is good. Season one is good. Season two coming I think April or May. But they done forgot about it. It's been 5 years they filmed that film, and there's been so many problems with it getting released. And they said now that it's getting released. I'm like I didn't see no trailer for it. Nothing. Nobody talking about it.
Interesting. We can go on in about 5 more minutes and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
But I cannot wait for this review. Ultra Money review and shit. So apparently Candace Owens and Cardi B went at it on Twitter.
He's what happened?
Candace Owens and Cardi B went at it on Twitter.
About what? Not that I care about Cardi B.
I thought you heard about it. I just saw the headlines. I'm guessing it's about the Grammy Awards. Hold on. Yeah, it's about the Grammy Awards and shit.
Oh wow.
Talking about it was a bad example, yada yada yada.
What she said?
This is what Cardi said.
Hmm.
I don't know why Candy is so bothered by WAP. I was just inspired by our former first lady. Unquote.
You was inspired. The first lady is not singing about WAP. Again, like this generation, they don't get it. And you sit up there and you singing lyrics to WAP and think that shit is fire. These artists putting the wrong messages out to these kids, man. That's why they so disrespectful and dumb. You know, putting out the wrong messages. Like when you got your 8-year old daughter singing that song, that's a problem, and I blame that on the parents. You know,
So I mean, what it made
they
you
they
think?
won't they won't bother listening to Rhapsody, but let's listen to Cardi B, ratchet ass. Forget Rhapsody. She's like irrelevant to them.
Hmm, that's funny.
You know.
I'm working on my Dr. Dre list right now.
Yeah, I'm almost finished with mine.
This is hard. This is hard as hell. You said you almost finished with yours?
Yep.
Cause I don't want to just. My issue is I don't want to just focus on like majority of it, like the classics like Chronic in 2001. I want to throw in some ones that rarely gets mentioned, but it's kind of hard too because I don't know what you're gonna pick. That's the thing. But and there's just so many dope shit he just did. You know, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm ready whenever you
Let's go.
are. All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely night? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Tonight we're gonna do the Ghetto Boys with the Resurrection. This was their fifth studio album, and this was the first album that they done with the classic lineup. Since We Can't Be Stopped. Um, Singles I was known for was "The World Is the Ghetto," which I want to say that was the only single. Um, Producers include Scarface, Mike Dean, N.O. Joe, Uncle Eddie, and Derek Edwards. Guest appearances include Larry Hoover, Flash, DMG, Face Mob, and Menace Clan. Are you guys should know who the Ghetto Boys are. Talked about the We Can't Be Stopped album. Talked about the Till Death Do Us Part album. Talked about Scarface's albums all the way up to the Diary. Talked about Willie D's I Went Out Like a Soldier. Have not talked about Bushwick Bill yet. Have not talked about that yet.
Right.
That's coming. But after the release of Till Death Do Us Part, the Ghetto Boys kind of took a little hiatus around that time. Big Mike, who was the replacement member for Willie D, he came out with the 1994 album Something Serious. Very, very, very dope album. That to me, that's a Southern hip hop classic that rarely gets mentioned. Um, in 1994, Scarface dropped the what was the album, The Diary, which again that's like his magnum opus right there. To me, that album is like lyrically, sonically one of his best and shit like that. Like it deserves all the accolades it gets. Um, Willie D, he dropped an album in '94 too. It's crazy too. It's called the Play with Your Mama album, which
Right.
that was very solid. That was another slept on album too. Um, Bushwick Bill, 1995, he dropped the Phantom of the Rapture album, which is very underrated in my opinion. To me, I kind of prefer that over the Mr. Big Man album, but I have to re-listen to those albums because it's been years. And around this time too, Willie D, because Willie D had left the group because he was having some money and creative issues with like Jay Prince and the group, and so they squashed their beef with one another, and that's when Big Mike was dropped, and Willie D came back for the Resurrection album, which loved the album cover, like three coffins and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, 1996, man. What a year in hip hop.
Yep.
But it's crazy too because when it comes to 1996, you rarely hear this album mentioned when it comes to them. Because yeah, I love We Can't Be Stopped. I love Gripping on the Other Level. But to me, some days I feel like this is their best album,
Right.
but it's very, very close. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Um, the production itself has like more of like an apocalyptic feel, more like favoring like live instrumentation. I mean, um, what else about this album? What else about this album? Yeah, man. Definitely very dope album. 15 tracks. Let's hit it. So track number one is called Ghetto Prisoner. Just a little 1 minute intro that pretty much sets the whole tone of the album. Um, one thing like you guys should know about like this album was the fact that
Larry
you
Hoover is called.
yeah, Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have it appears from Larry Hoover. For those who don't know who Larry Hoover is, he was like part of the like gangster disciples. He's currently incarcerated at this point and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just for murder. I don't want to tell like his whole criminal history and shit like that because this ain't no gossip shit. But yeah, he just done some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I guess he has some connections to like Jay Prince. I really don't know the history and how they got together. To be real with you, I guess Jay Prince had his connections, but yeah, that's just who Larry Hoover is. So yeah,
Yeah, it was alright. You got this man talking about like the phone rings. He's talking about like he spotted Jay, and then he's like, you got two dudes talking about the streets got to get it together. It's all over the nation, and it was alright.
yeah, like just sets the tone of the album very much. Um, Next song we got is called Still. This is probably like one of my top five ghetto boy songs in history. Just that hard ass beat, like da 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 da, like oh man, it's so fucking sick. I know everybody knows this, of course, from Office Space, which I feel like Office Space, like they were definitely fans of Ghetto Boys and shit, because they also had the song "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster" there. and stuff too. So yeah, man, this song right here definitely dope. No Joe definitely did his thing on the beat. Um, they all did it. I can't even pick a favorite on who did their thing, who killed, because they all did their thing on this one. So definitely a classic song.
Yeah, that was banging. It has like a G funk vibe to it. Nice sinister melody. You got Scarface saying, and simply what this means is he didn't know that every dog had his day until he seen his. I bet you motherfuckers will too because it's die motherfucker still fool. Fire.
Yeah, definitely a fire joint. Next track, "The World Is a Ghetto." This features Flash. I guess he was like a singer or something. It pretty much takes inspiration from the war song of the same name. When it comes to this track right here, it's pretty much just talking about how blacks are treated. Just how no matter like what culture you come from, whether you want to call yourself black or African, we're still being treated like we're the lesser, when it comes to white people and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about this album too. Like a lot of the conscious songs on this album really, really, really stood out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they kind of toned the hardcore a little bit down with this album in a weird way. But we'll talk about that when we close the album review. But yeah, definitely a very dope track.
Yeah, this is the first single I ever bought from them. You know, when that original Gangsters movie came out, it was on the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
Definitely a dope joint, real funky, nice bass line, nice beat. You know, nice singing on the chorus. You know, Scarface saying, I'm from the ghetto, so I'm used to that. Look on your motherfucking map and find Texas and see where Houston at. It's on the borderline of hard times. And it's seldom you hear niggas breaking and giving good time. Fire. One of the best joints on this album.
I agree, man. Track number four, "Open Minded" featuring DMG. Um, Scarface, he pretty much ate this track. It's not really one of my favorite tracks, but for Scarface verse alone, I pretty much like say that's like definitely one of my favorites and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love when he said, "And I'm residing on the outskirts of life. Somebody bring me back. I'm going crazy in this motherfucker. I got my pistol out the dresser, about to blaze one of these motherfuckers. I give a fuck about your baby mama." Like, I just love the way he was spitting on that shit. So, yeah, that's a very dope track.
Yeah, definitely a funky G funk track. You know, nice beat and bass line, and since the melody. You got Scarface saying it's the return of the maniac, and I'm residing on the outskirts of black. Somebody bring me back. I gives a fuck about your bad mouth, cause nigga, all I need is a reason to wipe your ass out. The best lines on there. I think Scarface is the best lyricist in this whole group.
Oh, that's no question.
Yeah,
See,
I'm just quoting all Scarface shit.
Scarface is the best lyricist, but
Mm,
Willie D is the best writer.
okay.
Yeah, because like I felt like Willie D, some of the shit he was singing on this album, he's kind of stole the show too. But
Right.
we'll talk about that. And next song is called "Killer for Scratch." Again, this song again was pretty straight. It's not really one of my favorites, but oh wait, this is a skit. I thought it was a song. Never mind, it's just a skit.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, but yeah, track number six. That's what I meant to hold it down, featuring Face Mob. We talked about the album a while back ago and stuff. This was okay. I didn't really care too much for it to be real with you. So
It was cool. Nice. I like the track. Scarface saying, and all I seen was him laid out choking, eyes to the back of his head wide open, and I'm hoping that he don't find the killer because this nigga crossed a whole bunch of killers.
yeah, man. Let's see. We're gonna get into track number seven. Menace Clan featured Blind Leading the Blind. Yo, this track is so fucking ill. Self-explanatory. You pretty much it's like certain case of monkey see, monkey do, where it's like what this saying is how the media wants to focus on these images, for the black people, for our people and shit like that, and then you have motherfuckers thinking that shit's cool or trying to do that shit for clout, and then you have all these motherfuckers following behind it and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty straightforward track. Again, Willie D definitely did his thing on this track. And this beat was produced by Scarface and Mike Dean too. So yeah, that's saying something.
It has a nice beat, nice keys on it. Willie D saying, so what the fuck am I to do when niggas falling down like flies and this motherfucker money staring me in the eyes? And my brother saying, come on and stop bugging. And we already lost 3 uncles, 5 cousins.
Fire track, man.
Yeah.
Ate this track in my opinion.
Hmm.
Next track we got is called the First Light of the Day. Again, another track where I felt like Willie D definitely stole the show. I mean, Bill and Scarface definitely did their thing too, but Willie D he definitely had the right verse. He deserves to end this song and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and pretty much, I love the line where he says, "But my environment taught me how to deal this way, and if I kill this way, then that's the way I gotta go. Cause everything you reap in life, you got to sow. But I don't care about the pay down the road from a fool. I'm living for today, but if tomorrow comes, cool, nigga." Like very, very dope shit. Love that beat too. That beat is so hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, first day of light. Nice beat, nice pianos. You got Scarface saying, if I had a customer, you had it for life. Cause Brad the true hustler granted your rights, and when they find you, they send you to mortal ground. Ain't no coming back from that shit. You going down.
Fire shit, man. Yeah, man. Definitely a very dope track. You know what I'm saying? I pretty wish they would have more singles off this album. To be real with you, but it is what it is. Track number nine, Time Taker. Very dope track in my opinion. Excuse me. Yeah, very dope track in my opinion. This track is pretty much talking about what I got from this track is like pretty much talking about like the importance of fatherhood
Right,
in a way, and just how they would want to see their child. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they're looking at themselves to see if they're really ready to be like really ready to like be a father, really ready to raise a child and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is just vintage ghetto boys in my
right.
opinion. Just them on their grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how I have not even quoted a Bushwick Bill line up to this point. So I like the line where he says, "You don't know, that's why I live day for day and time it right and left and try to take 2 steps at a time, making sure our opposition stays 2 steps behind. Keep in mind these niggas who want to see me letting go and shit. That's why I fight for my life until it's over with." And it's crazy too because there's certain niggas, what I'm saying, that they want to say all this shit like, oh, they're down for you, but then when you're on your grown man shit, what I'm saying, they don't want to be there for you. So just keep in mind about that. So that's one thing I liked about that track.
Yeah, it was dope. Had a nice, a dope beat, nice xylophone loop, funky track. And you got Scarface saying, I close my eyes to refrain my thoughts, open my eyes to remain untaught while my life gotta have a yesterday, and why can't I mesmerize tomorrow and live my life as just today? So some real introspective lines about Scarface.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Like, and you can pretty much tell like which song like formulated by the artist and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because and I felt like they all each album they've all evolved as writers, as song makers and stuff like that too. So that's one thing I've always liked about the Ghetto Boys in respect. Um, Track number 10, Ghetto Boys and Girls. To me, this song and the next song is tied as my favorite. To be real with you, Ghetto Boys and Girls. Man, what can I say about that track? Um, just talking about the environment. Just talking about how they came up and whatnot. Willie D had the best verse in my opinion again,
Hmm.
but Scarface, the second verse from Scarface. Ooh, it's tough. Which one is my favorite?
Right.
Because Scarface, he says some shit like, kind of strange. The game took a change for the worse. Spit the brain, get the cane, get back to your dirt, and keep the jack you did up under your hat. Cause if the word got out, you killed them, then they killed you back. Like, I love this flow on that line, first
Hmm.
of all. And then Willie D, he pretty much, ended it up, just talking about how he got back together with the Ghetto Boys, like with lines like, them southern niggas made your mom play tricks. Nevertheless, I left the group in 91. Niggas was mad. I had my gun. They had their guns too, I wasn't snoozing. Cause I knew that if it came down to it, they would use them. Like, man. There's so much shit I love from this fucking track. And then that beat like dun 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 dun
Right.
dun 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 dun. Like I said, it's either this song or the next song. I'm torn between as my favorites, but we'll talk
Hmm.
about that.
Yeah, I thought it was a dope, nice bass line, dark track, nice beat. Scarface saying, and if you got off of my way while I was headed for that, they found your ass misplaced and with your head in your lap. That's some dope lines by Scarface.
Yeah, very dope lines. Next track, Ghetto Fantasy. When I first heard this track, I was
Hmm.
kind of surprised because I never expected Ghetto Boys to make like a song like this. Because again, this could have even been a single itself too.
Right.
Love the usage of the Royce Royce sample. Everyone knows that sample. I don't even have to talk about that. And it's just them talking about just their fantasy about what a good world would be, looking back looking back at their life and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much their version of Ice Cube's "It Was a Good Day." That's the best way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, very very dope track. You know what I'm saying? Very underrated track. Like I said, it's a very left field track from the Ghetto Boys because definitely utilize like a lot of R&B singing and whatnot. So yeah, very very dope track.
Yeah, it was dope. Nice melodic track. Really decent. I used to watch TV and see the superstars, these story mansions and fancy cars, and I picture that a ghetto boy wanting that life, wanting that life. G coming up in a house full of negativity. So he just talking about his upbringing and wanting to become a star and get out of the hood.
Yeah,
Definitely like those lines from Willie D.
yeah, man. And I forgot there was actually a video to this song too. I forgot.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot the song was a single. Next track, I Just Wanna Die. Self-explanatory. Another vintage, Get a Boy song. Kind of them going back to the horrorcore roots and stuff like that. Pretty dope song, very solid.
I ain't care for it. I never liked Bushwick Bill anyway, though. So
Oh wow.
I like the beat, but I don't care for him rapping on it.
Yeah, I realized you didn't call any Bill lines. I was like, oh
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah,
Two
nah,
inches
he
though.
he wasn't one of my favorites like that.
Yeah, I know he's an acquired taste for some, but the thing I like about Bushwick Bill to
Mm,
me, and this is gonna sound kind of weird, but he has some of the most fucked up punchlines in hip hop history and shit.
right.
Like this, his whole style too. Just that whole Chucky kind of crazy man kind of style. It's just something about Bushwick. He was like the Flavor Flav of the group. I'm just gonna be real. But Flavor Flav was more fucked up and psychotic.
Right.
Um, yeah, man. So next track, Niggas and Flies, very underrated track. Again, Willie D, one of the greatest writers in hip hop. You ever remember that one Chris Rock sketch? Blacks versus niggas or blacks. That one skit he did.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of like reminding me of that because he's talking about ignorant niggas and how they're like annoying like flies and stuff like that. Cause like it's like Willie D is just like, oh man, what can you say about Willie
Right.
D, man? The nigga's fucking original. It's like he's like the comedic one of the group, but when he spits, you have to listen to what the fuck he's saying and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll say some shit like, "What about these niggas driving Beamers, living with their mamas? And what
Mm,
about these tennis shoe chasing bitches? fucking athletes to obtain their riches, but they hate it when a nigga call them hoes and tramps and sluts. But if the shoe fit, lace it up. Oh man, like this song would not fly today, but yeah,
Hmm.
very very solid track.
Yeah, it was dope. I like the pianos, the bass line. Willie D saying nigga rob a bank now. Everybody know because nigga had a Rolls Royce flipping through the ghetto. It was cool, cool track.
Yeah, very cool track. Um, Next track, a visit with Larry Hoover. Um, this is again another skit with Larry Hoover. Just him just talking about ghetto prisoner clothing, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, I would actually recommend this skit. You know what I'm saying? It only runs like a minute and some change, so it's not too long.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. And the last track, Point of No Return. Oh man, this is another heavy track where they were talking about like again police brutality.
Right.
They were talking about the inner turmoil of the black inner city neighborhoods. Like definitely Scarface and Wade D definitely went in on this track and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Scarface, he had a line where he says, "Don't worry about you dying slow. I get it to killing and shut up your motherfucking dreams front." He jumped and hold you in the penitentiary like a punk. But if you can't do shit unless a motherfucker tell you ain't a motherfucking man, nigga. You's a failure. Like shit.
Right.
Definitely a very solid, very nice way to end off a classic album.
Oh yeah, it's dope.
Yes, sir.
Dope song. Like I like the beat and the dark pianos on it.
Oh yeah, very dope, dark pianos and shit. And that's the end of this album. Man, like this is actually my favorite Ghetto Boys album. I'm
Right.
not gonna lie. And they have been so consistent and stuff like up to this point. Like I could pick anything from '91 to '96 as my favorite to agree
Hmm.
with you. Um, the Grip It was album. I have to re-listen to that. It's been years since I peeped it, but with
Right.
this album, I just felt like all three of them matured so much as MCs. Writing was good. Production was more darker. I mean, it's like they came back. Like it's like they picked up where they left off. In my
Right.
opinion, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like what's the album? Till Death Do Us Part was a bad album. 'Cause I know a lot of diehard Ghetto Boys fans. Some of them don't even like Till Death Do Us Part, which is surprising and shocking. But to me, the Resurrection is like one of those Southern hip hop albums that really, really, really is like one of the most influential. And I need to get a new webcam. One of the most influential, and it's one of the most sonically best albums because I feel like and even though I love this out, I love AT Aliens. I
Right.
love Outkast AT Alien. I feel like that album pretty much overshadowed this album in a weird way and stuff.
Hmm.
'Cause I feel like that album is just as good as AT Aliens because
Right.
it feels like when people talk about Southern hip hop at that year, they just focus on AT Aliens and shit. But um, yeah, man. So definitely very, very, very dope album. I'm gonna give this a five mic classic. So
Yeah, it's a dope album. I'm not big on the Ghetto Boys. I don't know what their best albums are. I thought it was solid though. The production is solid. The songs. I love Scarface as a lyricist. You know, I definitely give it like a solid four.
respect, definitely. I'm gonna stay on for maybe a couple more minutes and shit. Um, I finally finished Judas and the Black Messiah. By the way,
How did you think about the movie?
it's a very good movie. Definitely a very good movie.
Of course, Oscar's so white. They don't acknowledge you know, our work. But it's like these people want to be down with the culture so bad, but they don't recognize black people's work.
No,
Same as hip hop. They want to be down with the culture so bad, but don't want to know about the actual culture itself. But they want to be, oh, I'm down with the culture, but you don't want to be, you're not down with the culture. You're just trolling the damn culture. Like these idiot kids online, they trolling the culture, but they swear they could tell me about a classic hip hop album. I don't get it with these white people.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't get
like
it either.
it can't be both. You can't be down. If you're gonna be down with our culture, know the culture. You know, they like our movies, but they don't. It's not good enough for Oscar. It's not Oscar material. But they want to praise anything that Christopher Nolan do. Like, come on,
Stupid.
you know, it's crazy. Oscars still so white. They don't praise the Five Bloods. That was the best movie of last year. That don't get nominated. All the praise that they gave Tenant, all these other whack ass movies, they don't praise the Five Bloods. That don't get no
You,
nomination. Judas and the Black Messiah don't get no nomination.
you
But
didn't
people
like Tenet?
praise, huh?
You didn't like Tenet?
It don't look like my type of film. And I remember going to see that trailer. But they showed the trailer when I saw Raza Skywalker, and I didn't from the watching the trailer I could tell it's not it wasn't gonna be it would look like Inception. And I ain't like Inception.
I saw a little bit of Tenet and shit. It looked kind of interesting,
You
but
thought it was great?
I didn't see all of it. I only saw a little bit with a
My
girl.
my mother saw it and she didn't even care for it like that. She was like, it's just like a whole bunch of like special effects and it's not no real story.
I'm surprised that movie Malcolm and Marie didn't get nominated with all the
Right,
hype, with all the hype
right.
behind
All
it.
the hype for that, nothing. But they so quick to praise Tom Holland and his fucking movies, but our movies don't get no praise at all. So again, Oscars is still so white. They want to be down with the culture, but they don't really want the cult to be involved with the culture like that.
White, 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 white.
you know, it's crazy.
For
I
real.
ain't praising no movie that I ain't like. If I don't like it, I'm gonna tell you I ain't like it. I am not one of these all these other cats on here praising this shit, praising WandaVision like it's the greatest shit ever. Like, come on now. You know. Anthony Mackie as Falcon, that's gonna be a way better show than WandaVision. I already know that. Just from seeing that trailer last year, I'm like, yeah, this gonna be better than WandaVision. And Loki. Loki look like it's gonna be better than WandaVision too.
I still have yet to see one. I told myself I was
You
gonna
know what I mean?
watch it.
Hey, you ain't in no rush. I ain't rushed to see it. I'm like I didn't see what was the whole hoopla about. I'm like they put these two like both of those characters, Vision and Wanda, is not my favorite anyway to begin with. So to give them their own show, I just didn't. I thought that was a stretch. And the way they did it with this stupid like 50s timeline and they in another like world and shit, I ain't care for all that. That's for them. That's for them geeks to drool over. Oh, WandaVision, the best TV show ever. That just shows you how much the generation don't know, even when it comes to TV shows. Like y'all calling that shit great. Y'all they wouldn't know what to do if they were back in the day and when we grew up on real television shows and shit. You know, in
Yeah.
Living Color and Martin, they wouldn't know what to do. They probably would shit to look at that and call that shit whack.
Can you imagine social media?
Back in the '90s,
Yeah.
Lord, that would have ruined a lot. A lot of albums would have gotten unfair praise because of the internet. I feel like that's what happens now in this day and age. Like a lot of albums get overly praised and they not really that damn good. It's all the hype beast, and even with sneakers, like you see it with sneakers, none of these sneakers out here are new. Half of the shit that Nike comes out with is old shit. All those Jordans, I had Jordans, all of these Jordans when I was 9, 10 years old. Like none of these Jordans new. You know, these kids they wasn't born, so when they look at Jordans, it's new to them. It's old to us. You know, I'm like, been there, done that. I don't need a pair of Jordans that I had when I was 9 years old. And it's not official retro anyway. They end up changing the bottom of the sneakers or the detailing or whatever, and
Exactly.
it's like the hype beast for everything is insane because of the generation that we're surrounded by. They don't know none of this stuff. So to them, all this shit is new. If we had the internet in the '90s, a lot of albums would have gotten unfair praise for no damn reason. I'm like, Hammer, y'all praising Hammer? Y'all praising the Funky Headhunter? Like this is a classic album?
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
You know what I mean?
Uh oh.
Can you imagine somebody saying, "Oh, the Funky Headhunter is the best album of when was that? '93, '94?"
94.
You know what I mean? Like what? Oh wait, Omatic never. You know, I'm like shit. Maybe Karis one is right. Maybe we do need gatekeepers in this culture because the ludicrous shit I hear is insane. You know, I'm like nah, we don't need that. You have albums that wasn't even good back then that people praise now. I'm like I didn't hear nobody call "There's a Dark Side of Classic" in '94. All of a sudden now it got some cult following. People swear that's such a great album. You know, Redman don't even like that album his damn self. So why do you like it?
Yeah, man. And to me, like, there's dark stuff to me took me a while to fully accept too.
You know, it's some bangers on there, but it ain't no classic. I'm like classic. Yo, wildin'. Muddy Waters is a classic.
See, I call it more of a personal. It's more like a cult
It's a
classic
personal
to me.
classic for you,
Yeah, it's like a cult classic, personal classic to me.
right?
Because with that album, the way I see it, and this is coming from me, if you look at what was going on in '94, you had the Bad Boy you happening, you had the Wu Tangs happening. And I'm just talking about in terms of East Coast and shit. It was just that album was just so different. It was just so distinct.
Hmm.
It was like so psychedelic in a weird way and stuff like that. I felt like that album pretty much broke down barriers and stuff like that for cats like what's his name? What's that guy's name? Like Denzel Curry and shit like that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the way I see it.
Hmm.
However, when if you ask me, I prefer what the album and Muddy Waters over that album. And that's
Right.
just me.
You know, it's like I'm like man, we maybe we need some gatekeepers in here because this is the ludicrous shit I be hearing every day is funny, man. And like without us, this generation would go to wait with like the culture would be gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause no, but without us, nobody would put respect on old school shit. It would just be everything would be Denzel Curry and Little Yachty. You know, it's really crazy. They wouldn't put respect on the Ghetto Boys. You know, it would be Megan Thee Stallion.
Sweetie. This rapper name is Sweetie. And she
Yeah.
spells it Saweti.
Saweetie.
So yeah.
I seen her on a she was buying sneakers on Complex like I think last year before last. I don't
Oh,
listen to her. I'm like all these chicks like sound the same and look the same.
that's the thing. All these rappers sound the same because
Yeah.
when I was taking my friend to work today, he was all like, "Play me Lil Gray." I'm like,
Who?
"Who? Lil Gray?"
Who the
Okay,
hell is
I'm
Lil Gray?
like, "Nigga, I don't know who the fuck that nigga is. They all sound the same to me. Shit. All these littles and these youngs. Shut up."
Wow.
And
Little
that's
Gray.
another thing we need to start. Can rappers stop using Lil? I feel like
Little.
it's been played out for the last 25 years. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be real.
Little Gray.
I feel like after Lil Bow Wows and Lil Romeo's, they just the rappers should just stop calling themselves Lils. I don't mind the youngs. I don't mind the young when the young rappers consider themselves youngs that much, but the Lils, I just feel like yeah, it's played out at this point.
Crazy. Crazy shit.
Rappers be having the same melody, be having the same flows. Can't even tell the difference between who's who no more. These are the motherfuckers they look up to and shit. I'm
Little
like,
Gray.
Lil Gray. That's funny.
Mm-mm-mm. Yep. It's like the more weirder and openly gayer you are, it's like the more popular you get. You know, you gotta have like rainbow hair and a tatted up face to be popular.
Exactly. It's like, and it's not even that. It's just like you have to be have a media influence and stuff like that. It's like people that don't care about rapping and lyrical, even like the underground cats now. It's just like
Mm,
motherfuckers are so addicted to social media. It's like niggas don't even have battles like that no more. Motherfuckers just be on TikTok and shit like that.
right.
They trying to like underground cats now. They trying so hard to be in the mainstream. It's not even funny.
Mm,
Like niggas are not probably underground anymore and shit.
right.
Like y'all wanna rap like Migos and shit. It's like come on
Yep.
now. Man, niggas don't freestyle like that no more. They just be on social media just posing and shit like that. Man, niggas ain't about that life. I'm gonna say it for another 5 minutes. I love watching the Twilight Zone. Have you ever seen the Jordan Peele version of the Twilight Zone?
I hear what you said.
Have you ever seen the Jordan Peele version of the Twilight Zone?
Of who?
Jordan Peele.
No, I didn't hear the movie you said.
No, his version of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, nah. I heard people talking about it, but I didn't watch it. Was it good?
I might get into it.
I
So it's
never
like,
got into the Twilight Zone.
oh wow.
I never liked that show. Like there wasn't too much shit in black and white that I liked.
See, to me, the I can only watch the black and white Twilight Zone. I cannot
Mm,
watch the '80s
the color
version.
one. Yeah.
No, because the essence of the Twilight Zone is they worked with so little, but they made it so unique. I feel like as time went on and they did all these Twilight Zone reboots, they overdid it with the special effects. It kind of ruined the essence of what Rod Sterling made because Rod Sterling always had like a message behind each episode. Other episodes they just try so hard just to fuck your mind up, which I don't fucking like. But
Right.
The Jordan Peele version, I do like that version more.
Crazy.
And mind you, Rod Sterling died in '76. They rebooted Twilight Zone in '83. Make that make sense,
Crazy.
right?
Yep. I never watched it. I didn't even hear too many people talk about it. It was like once or twice they would mention it. I'm like, I never liked Twilight Zone, so I wasn't gonna watch it because Jordan Peele was doing it.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
waiting for him. I'm waiting for that Candyman movie to come out this summer. I want to see that.
Yeah, I know that got pushed back due to the
Yeah,
pandemic
cause
too.
that he did that, and that's supposed to be on HBO Max this summer. Like I think it's June it's coming out. I want to
I'm
definitely see that.
I'm waiting for Atlanta to come back. I know
Right?
they filmed it like in Europe or some shit.
Yeah, they filming it in Europe or something like
I'm like, this shit better be good.
that.
Cause
Crazy.
I've been waiting for this shit for like how many years? Like two
Right?
and a half.
Right? Like wow, interesting.
My question is, why are you filming two seasons at once? My question.
Right? It's true. Yep.
Anyway, I'm about to call it night and shit.
Yeah,
Dope with you as always.
no doubt.
Yes, sir. Fuck what the critics say. We doing our shit.
Word. What time we doing Ultra Mag tomorrow?
Um, I said 11 o'clock, but if I come home a little early, hopefully, I'm gonna let you know ahead of time and shit.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, hope everyone has a good night.
Yes.
Peace. I'm probably
Peace.
gonna upload this probably Friday or Thursday or some shit.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace.